So again, like the high level, very high level, there are about 14 different families that are defined in 800.171, starting from access control all the way to the integrity of information. So each one of these families have several subcategories, right? The families essentially they kind of developed basic requirements and derived security requirements into each one of these families. And then that's the way you want to, let's say if you are trying to comply with the 800.171, you want to go through each one of these families and make sure that you are meeting all those basic and the derived requirements. I think like the main thing that you need to be aware of this one is like this is not a standalone standard per se 800.171. So a lot of the information is derived from 853, which is like a kind of mother of the standard requirements, and then like also from ISO 27001 and FIPS and a lot of the other things, right? So again, as I mentioned earlier, so the way it is categorized is each one of those families have several different requirements under each one of those families, and those are categorized into basic security requirements, which are derived from FIPS 200, and then they have derived security requirements, which are derived from NIST 853 and ISO 27001 and stuff. So, but the basic requirements are kind of foundational. Although it might be very high level, still like it's kind of foundational. And then the derived security requirements are a little bit more specific. Also on this topic 800.171, there is another standard within 800.171, 800.171A that specifically talks about the procedures for implementation, examining, testing, and assessment, and all those things. So that is like more in detail with respect to each one of these requirements. So under each one of these requirements, they have additional methods, procedures, and stuff in 800.171A. If you are not very clear as you are assessing some of these requirements, what to do with a particular requirement, then you will go to refer to 800.171A. So this is just an example of one of the requirements. So this probably might be for systems, I guess, right? 341. So let's see what is this one is for configuration management, I guess. Yeah. So the configuration management has a basic security requirement which says establish the baseline configurations depending on what kind of hardware, software, cloud system that you use, and then document all those things, and then enforce these baseline security configuration that you have established. So that's what at a high level that talks about. And then derived requirement, as you could see, it gets into a little bit on the implementation or the procedure side of how to do that, track that, review that, approve, disapprove all these changes and whatnots, right? So if you, we may not have time to go over individual requirement as there are like quite a few. So this kind of gives you an idea in terms of how it is organized and how you will go about doing your assessments and stuff.
For more information, click on the link below or visit databrackets.com.